I am going to tell you a story that looks very, very similar as to what's going on right now. And maybe once I tell you that story, you'll be able to understand what could happen next. And that could impact the stock market, it could impact your lifestyle. 1971, the US President Richard Nixon ended the Bretton Woods system. What does that mean? He basically said, you know what? The dollar is not pegged to gold anymore, which was set up in 1944. And people said, whoa, well, how are we going to trust the dollar if there's no gold attached to it? That was the gamble that he took, and that's the gamble that he won. Why? Because he wanted to, there was a rise in inflation and he wanted to stop it. So what did he do? He did it. And what happened? Nothing happened. The world decided to say, we will bend the knee to the US and we will accept the dollar without gold backing it up, making it a fiat currency. Basically, just the fact alone that the US is basically printing a piece of paper, it is worth exactly what's on that piece of paper. This was unusual, and that worked. And that really solidified the US as the major power and also institutionalized, basically put the dollar as a reserve currency. Everybody had to trade with the dollar. That gave the US a tremendous amount of power, which obviously allowed it to weaponize the dollar, but that's for another time. The point is then after that, everything changed. You could start trading derivatives. There was a lot of changes in terms of exchange rate. Everything changed in trading, in finance, and everything in the US was number one. What is Trump trying to do? He's trying to do 1971 all over again with the tariffs. He wants to bring the US dollar back in action, forcing everyone to spend more dollars in the US. And that, my friends, that's the question. Is that going to work? Are they going to bend the knee? But if they're not, is deja vu all over again? Maybe not.